Good day, good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is doing great. Welcome to my channel, Let's Talk Africa. If you are new here, please make sure that you like and subscribe. Today, there are three Nigerians, but another one is not so Nigerian that I want to talk about. I believe that these Nigerians are the Nigerians that we should listen to them, or that we can listen them often, even though sometimes you might not agree with them. But these two guys that I have followed, you can listen to them. One of the first guy is going to be Coach. There's a guy who's called Coach. Coach is a kind of Nigerian. I think that some years ago he was a teacher in South Africa. He was teaching here in the country. I don't remember. He said that he lived in South Africa for 20 years or 10 years, but in between those, he went back home but he is an advocate of justice for Nigerian in diaspora, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm not interpreting him wrong. So, but he's the kind of Nigeria who like to challenge South African and challenge Nigerians. I believe that there is a good balance to him, because he does not criticize South Africans. He applauds South Africa where he feel like he need to applaud South Africa. He criticizes Nigeria where he feel like he need to criticize Nigerians. He applauds Nigeria where he feel like he need to applaud Nigerians. That is the kind of guy that he is. So in some of the videos, there are some of the videos of him that I feel like I don't agree with him, but for the sake of he's the kind of that person he is, I've been watching his content, because the first time I saw him, I saw like he was too Russian South African, and I developed like a resistance to him. Like, I resist him, but as I continue to listen him, but I found out what he is talking about, there is a sense in it, you see. So I begin to follow him on TikTok, like listening to his videos, but I can't stay long on his live because people are shouting there. There is no, most of his live, like, the live that I've been staying on to him, there's been like a shouting. Sometimes you will find him angry, shouting to everyone in his life, right? So he's that kind of person, but I believe that he's the kind of person that we can listen to him, what he has to say about Nigeria. And as a person that who have lived in South Africa, we can listen to him. You see, so that we can receive, you know what, sometimes you need to receive a criticism from someone, right? And then there is another guy. Okay, let us play some of the videos of Coach to see him, what he is saying about the Nigerian king who was bestowed a kingship in South Africa, here in the Eastern Cape.
Sanibonani Mzansi. Gama lami Adekunle. Ngifuna ukukhuluma nawe. Lalela kahle. Angijabula kakhulu. I'm one of those people that will call out South Africans when I think a Nigerian has been done unjustly or murdered unjustly in South Africa. I would post about it. I will come out and call the South Africans out. But the moment we as Nigerians, when we misbehave badly, I need to be able to call you out as well. There was a march in Durban yesterday where a person or two people were beating towards the inch of their lives just because they are immigrants. They committed no crime. I believe if there was no installation of a Temu king in Eastern Cape, there wouldn't have been that march that led to that. There's going to be another march on the 30th. And a simple apology from this man that calls himself a king in the Eastern Cape, king of the Igbos, will come and apologize, the throne himself from his throne and apologized to the South African people that he did not know it was a sensitive issue to them. That's the only thing that I believe can resolve this issue so that there will be no violence when the march takes place on the 30th. And if for any reason anything happens to any Nigerian on the 30th, because this king refuses to apologize, so-called king refuses to apologize, the international community and the Nigerian government should hold this man responsible. You want to install a king in South Africa, an Igbo king, and the South African state, they don't want it. We should learn to respect their wishes because we are in their country. I repeat, if anything should happen to a single Nigerian, the international community and the Nigerian government should hold that man that claims to be a king of the Igbos in the West Eastern Cape responsible. And I want to take this time to apologize to the South Africans again. Siyaxolisa, buthi wami, sisi wami, siyaxolisa kakhulu.
Okay. Now I want you to watch another guy who is a Nigerian, but this guy, I believe that he's an immigration lawyer, if I'm not mistaken. But I also follow him. But he's that kind of guy. He loves South Africa, and then his view most of the time are totally different from Coach. What he's advocating, I believe that the main core of his message is Nigeria must be able to behave with themselves whenever they are in another man's land, right? That is his core message. And then he is always getting back to Nigerians who are doing bad things in South Africa and all over the world. He has one of the videos that is warning like the things that women who get married to Nigerian that they are going to face when those people they do not have money. The things that they will face in their in-law. You see, he is the kind of guy that is warning. He said that I'm not sure he is married to a South African woman, but he said that he will never take his woman to Nigeria because that woman will go and pay for his sins. You see, so he is that kind of guy, but he is the kind of guy who is always putting a rod to the back of Nigeria and say that Nigerian must be able to live within the parameters of laws in the country, and so on and so on. And also,
so this thing, of South African, always saying that, when you take a wife from South Africa, you take her to your in-laws, you take her home to your people, you don't stay with your in-laws. It is true. Traditionally, culturally, that is true. That is the right thing to do. But in my own opinion, if it becomes a reality that we are all living in this country, I won't take my wife to Nigeria. I'm not going to allow my wife to pay for my sins, for my crime. And what is my crime? My crime of coming from Nigeria, my crime of being born from that country called Nigeria. Nigeria is not just only an evil country, but the people, some of the people from that country are evil, wicked. And one of those people are the in-laws, your in-laws, the family of the man that you are married to or you are about to marry to. Be careful with those people. You see, those people, they'll never love you if there is nothing you are bringing to the table. They will only love and respect you if you are the one taking care of their son, if you have a very big source of income. But if you don't have a very big source of income or you run out of money, that is when you now know how evil they are. In short, that family is a kind of a family whereby most of their men make their brothers next of kin without you knowing. So when your husband dies, you just realize that he has made his brother his next of kin. So before you get married to any Nigerian, find out about these things. And then most of those culture also are culture whereby the guy will make his brother next of kin, and then you are included in his estate. So when he dies, you will be forced to get married to his elder brother. That is their custom and tradition. That means that his elder brother will inherit you together with his estate. So before you get married to any Nigerian, find out about his culture and tradition. I don't want to mention the tribe that this thing is, these things happen before they will say I'm tribalistic. But just do your research. And another thing again evil thing they do is that when your husband die, they always hold the woman responsible. They will humiliate you. They will subject you to so many things. They will shave the whole of your hair and tell you it is their custom and tradition, is the way for you to mourn your husband. And in most cases, they might even force you to drink the water that was used in bathing your late husband in the mortuary. That is what they do. They subject you, even to the South African women that are married to Nigerians. Most of them, when their husband die, you see the family, they will become very aggressive towards the wife. And they will be demanding that you come to Nigeria to come and mourn. Never go. Don't try it. That's why most of those people, you see the pastors, they will come around in South Africa here to protect the South African lady from the husband. Now, they will now want to use that as an advantage to get money from you. Very evil set of people. Beware of them. Something happened to a South African lady, that wanted to go to Nigeria with her husband. And then with her husband with 2 children. Now, because the guy has nothing doing, she is the one taking care of the guy. She went and took a loan of 80,000 for them to fly to Nigeria. So when they got to Nigeria, they came up with another story to say that the elder sister of the guy has passed away while trying to give birth to her baby. And then next thing, the family used the guy to force money out of this lady for them to bury her. Now, the lady had to go and take another loan of 120,000 rands and give to the family. What a wicked word. Now, how much does it cost to bury somebody in Nigeria? Somebody who is not even an old person. Nigeria, there is a particular way we bury people that are old, that have grandchildren. This one is just a young person that died. They made this lady to take a loan of 120,000 rands. She made that loan and gave it to them. It was later she realized the difference in the currency. They scammed her. That is the family of the man. So most of the evil that you see our brothers doing here in South Africa and all over the world, it is the family members from home that are behind it. They are the force behind all those things. They are the ones bringing pressure, all those kind of family pressure and manipulation. It is them. So the lady was calm. Now, all the amount of money she spent for them to go to Nigeria, coming back, this lady spent 200K. So be very careful. I will not take my wife to that kind of a country. If worse come to worse that we are all living here, I will leave my wife here. I will not subject my wife to a crime that I have committed just in the name of marriage. Because
There
it is
is this guy, this one, I believe that is a foolish guy. This one, he does not love Nigerians, but he likes to make content about Nigerians. Ajim does not love any Nigerians. He does not love them. But what he loves is the content that he is making and how he's getting money from YouTube. He does not love any Nigerian because he will be able, like Coach, you see, I will see like Coach, he will be able to reprimand Nigerians. Also, he will be able to reprimand South Africans. When you listen to Coach, Coach, sometimes you can get angry with him because you will find sometimes beating South Africans heartless. But sometimes you will find him beating Nigerians heartless. So if you have find a one video of Coach, it is easy to hate him. But if you find another video of him uploading South Africans, it will be easy to like him. But if you need to find it, but he is chewable, you see. He is chewable because sometimes there are things like South Africans that are doing, and then I know that South Africans are doing those things, and then he will be talking about those things, and then you know what, the truth. No one likes the truth. When that person is talking, is saying a truth about your country, sometimes you will feel defensive. You see, so that is how Coach and this guy they are. But Ajim is a poison to Nigerians. He is a poison of poison in Nigerians. He does not deserve to call a name Nigeria, because the kind of content that he is making, that is why I'm coming after him, because of I am concerned about the people who are in South Africa, who are Nigerians, regardless of they are here illegal or illegal. But I'm concerned about life, because there are these coups of violence against foreigners in the countries. So some of us, we are not for Operation Tudula and March and March. We are not for that. We are still preaching the unity in Africa. But there are people like Ajim, like I think Nigerians should be able to isolate him, but there are some Nigerians who applaud his content. So I'm talking about like there are like many content creators that I'm watching, like Nigerian content that I'm watching. Like there's someone who's called Ace, and the manager, and who is else, and other people that I'm listening to them. You see, those people are Nigerians, and then they call Nigerians, behave yourself. That is what they have been doing consistently. You see, so this Ajim guy, I do not believe that he loves Nigerians or whatsoever. I believe that he liked to make content about Nigeria, to make Nigeria to be superior to every country, which is a lie. He liked to lie a lot about Nigeria, and then exaggerating the things about Nigeria. And then he lies a lot about South Africa and exaggerating about South Africans. And then the things that how he lies is that he is putting the lives of Nigerians in danger. He does not know that, and then he does not care what he's doing. That is the reason why I'm coming after him. Like, I'm going to be making videos about him, because he does not lie or love Nigerians. If he loved Nigerians, he would call them out. He does not love Nigerians, because he liked to see a fight between Nigerians and South Africans. That's what he loved. You see, you look the video that I made about him. He does not love any Nigerian, that guy. Okay, peace.